I was born in a village in Canton, China.
Okay.
It's a town called Puning. It's a big town in terms of population, but at the time, in the early 70s, it was remote, very remote. It was kind of isolated from the outside world. And even in terms of, at the time, the communication information was not freely floating like the way we're accustomed to today.
Yeah.
I remember in the 70s when mainland China was so poor, and my relatives in Hong Kong, they come back to visit, and they bring those ramen noodles and sandals, because we go to school barefooted. And they bring those sandals and ramen noodles. It's like, so good. Ramen noodle is so good. I remember even in 1995, when I first came to the United States and I want to call my mother to talk to her, let her know that I'm okay. From time to time, especially Chinese New Year, I give her a call. So I call, at the time, by the way, it was cost something like $2 US per minute. It was very expensive phone call, but I would call, and on the other end, there's a store where people use their phone, and I have to hold for the store owner to run to get my mother to come to answer the phone. And it cost me like 2 days of work to pay for that phone call. So it was kind of isolated even in the 70s. 70s was during the Cultural Revolution.
Sure.
So you can imagine it was kind of isolated, remote area. The huge, gigantic block cell phone. But in the village, nobody had it. And that phone call hold is like 20 minutes. It cost me like 2 days of work to pay for that phone call. So it was kind of isolated even in the 70s. 70s was during the Cultural Revolution.
Sure.
So you can imagine it was kind of isolated, remote area. So that's where I grew up. At the time, well, the mentality kind of shifted over time. Like as a brand new immigrant, I think a lot of people have that kind of mentality, myself included. I was working so hard. I work like 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I make that money from the restaurant jobs. And what did I do? I save that money and I send it home.
Okay.
I send it to my parents and help them build a house in my hometown.
Good.
So that mentality kind of changed, and then as time go on, then I realized that my root is here, especially when I came to Edmonds. I got married and I have kids, and I established my business. I get involved with the chamber, with community. So clearly, my roots is here. So that kind of it's a progress. Yeah, it's not like a clear cut say, when you landed in the restaurant and get hang an apron, you were not thinking about become a U.S. citizen and become a council member. At that time, it was at a survival mode. You just need a place to sleep at night. You just need food on table. It's just at a survival mode.
Yes.
What surprised me is how friendly people are. When I came to Edmonds, I joined a chamber, and instantly it's like my business professional community. People welcome me with open arms. I joined the chamber. I became one of the ambassador at the chamber, where I think one of my friends, Richard Bologna, was also a chamber ambassador, and Barbara Keynes as well, and a group of other people. So we meet and we go out to visit businesses to recruit people to join the chamber. It was an interesting and fun experience, and that was before I ran for city council. And prior to that, there was a rare opportunity came up, which was the housing commission. At the time, I think it was 2020, 2021. At that time, there was also a shortage in kind of housing inventory and different housing types. So the city has kind of want to recruit some volunteers in the community, and we did. We recruit. I think each council member. There were 7 council members at the time, and each council member get to appoint 2 housing commissioners, and I was appointed by Neil Tibbet. Neil Tibbet was the council member appoint me to become a housing commissioner.
Okay.
So that was a great experience. So through that experience, I get to know the city better. And of course, with the chamber, that was a great experience as well. And then I ran for city council in 2021.
Yeah. Wow.
And became a council member.
Started in January of 2022, right?
Actually, I started in December of 2021. Biggest things I have observed is Edmonds has evolved into even more welcoming community for peoples of all walks in life.
Okay.
You can visually see there are more people moving in from other parts of the country and even the world. The downtown core is becoming more more vibrant. There were a lot of more businesses, and you get expand into Highway 99. And this area is just becoming very attractive to people from California, from different parts of, even in Seattle, people are moving in. And there are people who move here from other countries as well. It's just becoming so attractive and welcoming. So that's what I noticed. Edmonds is becoming more inclusive, and I mean, in the past, I feels like Highway 99 has been neglected.
Right.
In terms of services, like even today, we still have very little public space along Highway 99 corridor, Southeast Edmonds. But since I joined the council, I think we have made quite a bit improvements in that area. Even though we still have a lot of rooms to improve, but in the last 4 years, we had improved the Highway 99 corridor. We put in the center medians, green belt, and also improved the public safeties by raising the intermediate and plant the trees, the flowers, putting stop signs, putting different turning signals, improve public safety. And also, as small as it is, at the Lake Bellinger, there's the public access. Through my effort and Councilmember Tibbet's effort, we were able to improve their public access by investing $25,000.
Yeah.
Although our major investments continue to be downtown, like the Civic Field Park. This is like a $16 million project to improve that park. But the message that I like to convey is that especially for the new immigrants, I think it doesn't matter how low your starting point is, as long as you are willing to work hard and be humble and are willing to contribute not only your time, your talent, and be involved. Be involved with non-profit organization. In my example, with the chamber, and I started the Asian Service Center as one of the founder. Just get involved. Even on the city council, we pretty much volunteer our time to better our community. So as long as you are willing to learn and to contribute, I think one of the great things about the United States is the possibility, the opportunity is available to anyone, including new immigrants. As long as you are willing and able, I think